Good morning to our viewers all across the world. Welcome to your Poetic Interlude on the Weekend Show. My name is Emeka Ozurumba. Your Poetic Interlude is your segment where we bring you the best in literary entertainment. Now, I could see that the whole of Nigeria is so happy, but Nigeria is still lit on fire. We could see in some places like Oyo State, we could see the slaughtering of some people innocently. Why are we killing each other? And I just come to realize that injustice goes pari passu with insecurity, because when there is injustice, people always get the conception that they could get away with anything they do. So that's why we see so much insecurity. So I want to talk about injustice today. The kind of injustice I want to talk about is the kind we're facing in Nigeria today, where people are being oppressed and they can't even talk, they can't even speak out about the oppression. So I'm going to read from my book, The Anthem of a New Nigeria, a piece called "The Cock Has No Tongue or Teeth." Now, the title of the poem is a metaphor, because a cock not having a tongue or teeth is referring to a human being who can't speak out, like a cock who has no tongue and he can't express himself or say what they're feeling. Like, look at the people that were brutally slaughtered in Oyo State. Who can speak out for them? Now, this poem is called "The Cock Has No Tongue or Teeth." First things first, the cock can testify, for the Creator has crafted him deficient of these, and though lied upon and ravaged with injustice, his right has been denied at birth. Then when the perpetrators are brought forth, he can identify but not confess their deeds. For such a society, where the tongue is uprooted and all accounts die in fear or silence, or when the brutality is inflicted upon him and the deliverance of justice is self-mandatory, he has no voice from his subdued chord to the forces of savage sovereignty in the society. He has no opinion or audible views to the polluting policies of greedy lawmakers, nor has he tenacious teeth to spur an attack and seize in his jaws what is his. When the cock is put in the cockpit, he has no tongue to plead his innocence, for the scene of the murder has been manipulated by the crooked jury and the con judge. Then injustice infests the earth of the land that ends in the garroting of the innocent dump, when the guilty one is shielded with immunity, but the cock has no say in national matters. The cock sees the political catastrophe clothed by the chameleon camouflage of dirty democracy that makes the accused vindicated of sins that later are robbed on the silent parties. But if one is given no tongue at birth and is born to the community of the maltreated, that sees truth hidden in their eyes, but their lack of tongue traps the truth. The cock has studied in the far east and west and attained a towering knowledge of truth, but when it comes to the knowledge he lacks, the most he can do is to crow. The cock has earned himself doctorate honors and spent years studying in lands away, but when it comes to the authority of a statement, you can't give man the bird's wings. The cock has passed through tough hardships and has put his ears into full utility, but when it comes to expressing those views, the society has silenced his firmness. The cock has flown over the seas and oceans and has come back to vestigial irrelevance, for he is the servant of the break and dawn than the authority to control them on. The cock is headed now gallows way, for these crimes are pinned on his mute mouth, and the real sinister ones are scot-free because they know his fatal deficiency. But from where is a tongue to be grown, or tenacious jaws scattered with canines, when the nation has ostracized and sanctioned the fair justice of the tongue and teeth? Of what opinion are mute scholars, whose brains are unfathomable in thought, yet whose messages are low on words, to spark the revival of a dead community? Then when the professor is handcuffed because he is the cock of a noble civilian, I think all institute of learning are a waste, since you can't give to a man a tongue. The slum cock has no vocal cord, even to make a perilous cry, for the throat of the ghetto are gutted out, and the politicians have eaten their tongue. The elite has feasted on the masses' right, that since birth they have grown no tooth or opinion in the major matter of the land, while they are slaughtered daily by democracy. The pauper cock has no tongue or teeth, for he has seen enough to make utterances, but when a creature is created without a tongue, it has lost its ability to have a say. And the talons of the eagles are sharper and sharper, to clutch deep into the flesh of its prey, then swoop it from the ground to his savage nests, where his blood will be scattered around his nests. Now, we can see from this piece that we're living in subjugation and subdued ululation in Nigeria, because when people are being killed, others can't even speak out. And when you speak out, they'll say you're making hate speeches or hate remarks. So why is that in our country? I don't see why we should be living like that in such a country. Thanks for watching your Poetic Interlude on the Weekend Show. I just want to shout out to my beautiful producer, Sasubi Nadion, and my lovely producer, Andy Madiki. I hope you've watched your Poetic Interlude and had fun on it. Please Don't be silent about Nigeria's problems. Let's work together to make Nigeria a better place. Stay tuned. We have more coming up for you on The Weekend Show.